Hi, I'm Chris Martirano with American Music and Sound, and we're here in sunny Dallas, Texas with our great friends at Audio Dog. I'm going to be showing you NORD Stage 3, an awesome instrument great for live performance and for all kinds of applications. I'm going to move over now and move into the synth section. This is where a lot of the depth happened in terms of a lot of new features being added. In the synth section, they took the memory from 380 megabytes to 480 megabytes, which may sound like a small amount by today's standards, but they use a lossless data compression scheme. And I know for a fact when I load up the sample memory, I can load a ton of samples in here. In fact, users can load your own samples. They have two free utilities for Mac or PC. And those utilities, one is a librarian, allows you to organize all your programs and your performances. Another one is a sample editor. So this allows you to take your own custom waveforms and drop them on the keyboard and decide how high and low you want the split points for the samples, tune them, loop them. It's a great utility. And then of course you download them into the instrument and they stay in the instrument. They're battery-backed memory, so they're in flash, so you don't have to load them at every job. They're automatically in the instrument when you turn it on. It's really handy, especially if you're doing a lot of top 40 music. You're going to want to grab a lot of samples and fly them in. So let's look into the synth section. I'm going to turn it on, turn the piano off. And now we're going to take a look at the screen. You're going to see a variety of different kinds of synthesis. One of the things that they allow you to do, of course, is analog modeling. Another thing that they provided in here, which is great, is you have these vocal phoneme waveforms. So you can actually create these very cool synth-like vocal pads that are cool. You also have these super waves that are using detuned analog style waveforms, in this case sawtooth, square. And then you have these multi-harmonic waveforms that'll feature a fundamental and maybe the first harmonic or the second harmonic or maybe multiple harmonics. So you can use these different types of synthesis waveforms and this analog modeling architecture to create some very cool things. They also added now a low pass and high pass filter that you can use simultaneously. This is really cool also for shaping sound in real time. So I'm just going to start by looking at some of the programs that are using the synth engine, and we can listen to what they sound like. There are a lot of cool programs, but the capability and the beauty of this instrument is live performance and shaping. So I'm just going to play through some presets I put together and shape them on the fly, and you'll get an idea of what makes this instrument so cool. So I'm just going to start with some programs. One of the really big improvements that NORD made also on this instrument is that you can now change from these big performances one to another with no noticeable change. In other words, you don't hear the effects suddenly drying up and new effects being loaded. You don't hear these massive volume changes and things becoming unstable for a second till the new one loads. It's very, very smooth. So I'm going to change between some very big programs, and you'll be able to hear how smooth these transitions are. Okay, so I'm going to show you a very cool feature of taking some of these very large performances. I'm going to modify them in real time, but I'm going to also change them on the fly. And you'll notice you won't hear any hiccuping or any noticeable audio artifacts as I change from one to the other. It'll be very smooth. You don't hear effects suddenly leaving and loading in. You don't hear all kinds of volume differences happening. They did a great job of allowing me to kind of just move around the sounds in real time without a lot of interruption. So here's just an improvisation using some sounds I put together. So that's the NORD Stage 3. Thanks again for watching. I'm Chris Martirano. If you have any questions or need any additional information, contact your sales experts at audiodog.com.